Everything about Vietnam makes life a whole lot better for me right now. A lot of people don't know, and if you just watch things on TV, you're not gonna get all of the real information.
Yeah, most of this is a dime.
My wife and I have been in Vietnam for the past month. We have 2 months left. We're maxing out the visa that we're on. We go to Lotte supermarket. Compared to the US, it's a lot cheaper and everything is good quality. In the US, I always felt like I had to climb this ladder. Now in Vietnam, I sleep a lot more. The beach isn't far. Go to the grocery store or get some street food. The community is very nice. People just come as themselves. It just feels freeing being in Vietnam. I'm from Long Island, New York. Long Island was all I really knew. I definitely struggled a bit growing up. I was pretty sheltered. I wasn't very adventurous. I didn't come from money. My name is Dixon. I'm 29 years old. I was born in Haiti and then moved to New York at 5 years old. In school, for some reason, I never felt like I really fit in. Even though I wasn't far from the city, I never really went and hung out there. After graduating high school, I moved to the city, New York University. Going to NYU, it was life-changing. I made a lot of friends. Being in New York City, it was a whole different world for me. I definitely felt like I had to just work hard, grind. That's the culture, right? That's New York culture. I always felt like I had to get to the next thing. I got an opportunity to study abroad. I lived in Florence, Italy for 4 months, and it just shifted my whole perspective. Everything changed for me. I got the travel bug. I learned so much about people. I wanted to learn more about people, see different places. I actually met my wife while traveling. We met in Bali on a volunteer program. This was in 2019. She was living in London. I was living in New York. It wasn't so easy to see each other. So we're long distance for about 3.5 years. I proposed exactly last August. Not too long after that, honestly, we decided let's get on the road while we're working on being residents of the same country. End of April, we left the West and we've been to Africa. Africa was just special, specifically Senegal and the Gambia. I was working with my company. They let me work abroad for a bit, but eventually I would have had to go back to the office, right? And since I couldn't do that, ultimately they had to let me go. But thankfully, I had that job for a bit while we traveled. This is a few months ago when we were in Thailand. Everyone was telling us about Da Nang, Vietnam, like, oh, we should go there. And my wife and I love the beach. We know Da Nang is a beach town, so based on what we were hearing and how affordable Vietnam is, we're like, all right, let's go. You can live in a nice, clean place for not so much money. Right now, we're just living off savings. We're still exploring work opportunities. So a lot of things are in the air. Before my wife and I went on the road, we made a whole travel itinerary. Well, mostly she did, to be honest. But I was like, yeah, I'm with it. Things didn't go exactly according to plan, and we decided to scrap it and more so go with the flow. And things just got exponentially better. Vietnam was not originally in the plan. And I feel like when you just let go and not put so much emphasis on where you're traveling to, it really helps because it allows ideas, things in general to come in. And it's more freeing as opposed to feeling like you gotta plan this and that only to potentially not end up in the place. So yeah, we're still figuring it out. You know, there's a lot of places I wanna go to, but I'm also in no rush. It's whatever makes sense and whenever the time is right. We want to stay in Asia for as long as possible. We want to go to Philippines, Malaysia, Sri Lanka. We plan on going back to Thailand actually as well. So we might want to go to, let's say Japan, for example, next, but we're open. Maybe we hear Taiwan has this great thing going on and it might be suitable for this purpose. We might decide to go over there. Being here for the past month, it's been transformative because I'm also learning things about myself that hold me back, that make me anxious, and how a lot of stuff I put on myself. I'm really learning to let that go, and that's helping so much with my anxiety, helping me be more free. So being abroad has helped me so much. The locals, the expats, they have a certain energy. They're free, they're happy, they're relaxed, and I'm starting to adopt that.
You've been traveling since April. Would you consider this to be a gap year?
I wouldn't call it a gap year because usually the term gap year implies you're taking a break. I would say traveling, exploring, and seeing what else life has to offer. And I've been meeting amazing people with business ideas. Every single day I'm just getting inspired. So for me, this is a step forward. It's not a break. This is not really a vacation. I'm not just going to the beach. I'm doing that too. I'm gonna enjoy it. But it's just moving forward in a way that's outside of the box. Generally, I don't think you have to save a lot to travel. If you want to go abroad for a year or travel for a little bit, change up some of the stuff that you're doing at home. A lot of our money goes unaccounted for. Change some of your habits that maybe cost a bit and you'll see like, oh, you can save more than you thought. You might just have to do a little bit of a lifestyle change. If you're able to travel and work, you can live how you want to when you're abroad. And there are cheaper alternative options where you can still appreciate where you are, still have a great experience. So all that to say, traveling doesn't have to cost so much. A lot of Americans don't travel outside the US. Maybe they don't have much interest to see more of the world, or they're just afraid, if you may, afraid in the sense that they don't know what it's gonna be like. And I've heard that from a lot of people. And when I speak to my friends from back home, I let them know it doesn't have to be just me. I come from the same place you come from. Just like when I talk to my family members, I tell them, you can do this too. It's just about having the desire, the faith, and the belief in yourself. I definitely got some resistance regarding to being on the road. Some people, they get worried, like, you don't know this place, you've never been there. What if there's danger? Or like you're just gonna be away from home, even how are you gonna support yourself? But after doing it, and the longer I stay abroad and I still keep in touch with my family and friends from back home, the more they accept it and the more they applaud it. That's what tends to happen, right? People tend to be averse to change, generally speaking. But once you make that change, in this case, right, like me moving abroad and traveling, people accept it and now they're looking like, oh wow, not everyone's gonna have the same vision as you, but they'll catch on once they see it work. So I recommend traveling to everyone because it opens up your mind. You meet people from all different walks of life, you experience different cultures, and you really see how big the world is. The world is huge at the end of the day. Once you experience something, it's like riding a bike. You learn, it's like, oh, you can keep going. So it just opened the floodgates for me. I want to keep seeing the world. I don't want to be bound to a location. Like, I'm a kid from Haiti. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. So to be here now, for this to be the 21st country that I've been to, it's a blessing and it's such a change. I've really transformed and I'm still going. I'm 29. By the time I'm 39, 49, 59, I'll have lived a life that you can watch a movie and it's like your jaw is just dropping because none of it makes sense. I believe I haven't seen anything yet. This is the very beginning.
Hey everyone, it's Ross from Americans Living Abroad, and on behalf of Corey and I, thank you first for making it this far in the video, and second of all, we hit 6,000 subscribers. We're happy that so many people are identifying with these stories of people that have moved from the US. Anyways, if you haven't yet, consider subscribing, like and share the video. Let us know where you want us to go in the future. Check out our links. We got a Substack. See you in the next video.